Guys, Michael Andreula here, up in Triple Colossal Studios for another exciting episode of Mikey Andreula Live. I never say the title correct. Terrible branding. So today we have the man, the myth, the legend, Matthew David from a small town where?
Brooklyn, New York.
Where's that?
Brooklyn, New York. How do you not know where Brooklyn? You know where Brooklyn is. Come on. Son.
Yeah, no, honestly, I'm sweating right now because Hoboken makes it so hard to park. They're just running
terrible.
the scheme. You go to Brooklyn, I can just park.
Anywhere.
Why?
And it's easy to get to.
You understand how much money we're making now?
Number order,
Yeah,
so over here it's confusing as hell.
So let's take them back. Let's do an introduction. First off, guys, we do this to help the people out there. Also gets us room reps. But you talk in class all the time. You box. You do jiu-jitsu. You're from Brooklyn. So you got a lot of things going for you right off that. Former model. I was a model actually, and I didn't know if you knew that.
No, your hair looks better than mine. I can't.
Over in
I'm not gonna lie.
Early on in 5th grade, I did modeling for a tuxedo shop for a school program.
That's a good resume.
They put me. I was the third guy in
There
the
you
back.
go. I'm sure Christy's very proud of you.
I wish I had tape of that. So where did you grow up, man?
I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. I grew up in Bensonhurst. That's right in like the Bensonhurst Dyker Heights border. It's like, if anybody doesn't know really where that is, and from Jersey, if you guys are from Jersey or anywhere, just it's like Bay Ridge is like close to the Verrazano Bridge. So once I say like I'm from like around like where the Verrazano's from or Bensonhurst over there, people are like, oh, I know where it is, because they're probably stuck in traffic on the Bell Park. That's the reason why they know where it is. But
That's tough.
yeah, so I grew up over there. I was actually born in Colombia.
Really?
Yeah, I was born in Bogota. I was born in the
didn't know
capital.
that.
Yeah, I was born in Colombia. But
I had no idea.
there you go. Now
We're talking about doing a reboot camp in Colombia.
really? Where at?
Well, we're gonna stay.
You gotta be careful. I don't know.
No. Well, they say you got to be careful on when you're going from one city to the
No,
next.
it's really safe. I haven't been back there since I'm born, but I know like a lot of people who have families over there, and from what I understand, it's like one of the safest countries down there now. Just because like
I don't know what happened. Apparently, what was it, like 2011? After 2011, something happened, and they just 2001, I think it was, and everything stopped.
Yeah.
And went, Mexico.
Mexico, yeah. It's because I think they started being really safe with all the coast guards and stuff, so that's why Mexico became so dangerous.
Yeah, well, that's too
For
bad
whatever
too.
reason.
Mexico's nice. We travel to Costa Rica a lot, and a ton of Colombians there. Mexico seems more built up. Costa Rica is very, I don't want to say prim. Their roads, their infrastructure is not
Yeah,
built at
not
all.
built.
But you go to Mexico, kind of like Miami, as far as their airports done, parking.
They got to
lots.
keep it safe. That's like the only way they make money over there is like the
should.
tourism.
Yeah, I know. So Colombia, when did you move here?
I was like months old. I was an infant.
Months old.
Yeah, I've been here my whole life. People ask me what I am. I say I'm American. Amongst us, Colombia. But when we go outside the world, they laugh.
Of course, yeah. Even one of our friends, Adrian, who should be here right now. Oh shit! Sorry guys, that's the alarm to make sure I don't get tickets. If you guys know, I'm in a heated battle. Christy, can you grab that?
Where is it?
I'm running somebody as mayor in Hoboken, and I got a good scheme to make money.
It's not yours.
It's not mine. Yeah, it is.
No, that's mine.
Sorry about this, guys. Keep it Sorry, I broke my phone screen.
What you say? You're running for mayor?
No, I'm gonna run somebody for mayor of Hoboken because the town is a mess.
Oh yeah.
It's a mess, and it could be amazing. It should be. One thing I might do is see if I can sell Hoboken to New York City. I don't see why not.
Good luck.
You don't think New York would want Hoboken, and you don't think Jersey has financial problems where they would want to do it? They talked about Hoboken and downtown Jersey City
Really?
splitting off.
Oh, you real? You being real right now?
Why? Yeah, of course.
Wow. No, I
They're
never heard
running
that.
a subway here.
I never heard that.
Yeah, they want to pick us up like the 6th borough.
Good luck. We can make a trade. We're gonna get trade Staten Island for
Yeah,
Jersey
I
City.
don't know why. I don't know
We'll
why.
trade Staten Island for Jersey City and Hoboken, and an option for Fort Lee or something.
Yeah, I think. Well, why do you think? How do you think the government of New York is running compared to New Jersey's? Obviously, when they talk about running, like doing corruption studies, they're coming to New Jersey because they can't stop.
The government's corrupt everywhere. I can go on. I can go
Brooklyn?
on and on about this, but I think what people will complain about, it's so funny though, because according to Facebook, everyone complains about on Facebook, whatever, between posting pictures of cats and babies, they complain.
Yeah.
But everyone complains that Bloomberg isn't there anymore. No one realizes how good he was running the city.
Oh, he was good.
He was amazing. A business guy at a bad time, like very bad financial times, and like he was running the city amazing. And now everyone's complaining about De Blasio. You can't win either way.
No, you can't win.
You're gonna
That's how
get
you
a
know.
liberal mayor, conservative fiscal mayor. It doesn't matter. Everyone's gonna complain either way. And I'll take that Staten Island trade any day. Staten Island for
Well, listen,
Hoboken
guys,
and
we do
Jersey
this.
City.
I have the right candidate. He's the most honest person you've ever meet. You can't dig up dirt on him. It's impossible. He bridges the gap between bompies and yuppies.
Wait, what's a bumpy?
A bompy, and no, I'm just kidding. Obviously, bompy would be like in Hoboken, just a common person around the city that's dancing on 14th Street
Like a young
and
kid?
screaming. No.
Hey, you think you can dance?
They told him, don't you ever come around here. Don't wanna see your face, you better disappear. The fire's in their eyes and the words are really clear. So beat it, just beat it. You better run, you better do what you can. Don't wanna see no blood to be a macho man. You wanna be tough, better do what you can. So beat it. But you wanna be bad, just beat it. Beat it, beat it. No one wants to be defeated. Showing how funky and strong is your fight. It doesn't matter who's wrong or right. Just beat it, just beat it, just beat it, just beat it. That out to get you better live what you can. Don't wanna be a boy, you wanna be a man. And you wanna stay alive, better do what you can. So beat it, just beat it. You have to show them that you're really not scared. You're playing with your life, this ain't no truth or dare. They kick you, then they beat you, then they'll tell you it's fair. So beat it. But you wanna be bad, just beat it. Beat it. No one wants to be defeated. Showing how funky and strong is your fight. It doesn't matter who's wrong or right. Just beat it. Beat it. No one wants to be defeated. Showing how funky and strong is your fight. It doesn't matter who's wrong or right. Just beat it. Beat it. Just beat it, beat it. No one wants to be defeated. Showing how funky and strong is your fight. It doesn't matter who's wrong or right. Just
I don't know what a bumpy is. I don't know how a
Well,
bumpy
we're
is.
getting- this is the Hoboken language.
I can take you around the corner, CK Williamsburg.
Well, you show me
introduce you to
something?
some people who are scrapping. They're scrapping for a reason. They ain't scrapping, to make money and pay the bills.
This guy at one time asked me. It was the opening of CKO Bayonne, and the guy was like, asked me for some money, and he's like, I said I don't have any money. He's like, come on, Barack Obama, man, Barack Obama. I was like, what?
What does that mean?
How could you possibly do
Oh,
that?
yeah.
I was like,
That's
all right,
funny.
all right. I mean,
Barack
if I
Obama.
had the money, I would have gave it to him because I thought that was fantastic. What's Dylan saying? No more political talk from Mike. Anyway, what's up? Just say it, Dylan.
Nothing. What time's the? What time is that? How much time is on the disc?
We got 39:05.
39:05. All right. So you have you got till 1:30.
All right, cool.
We have changed discs.
So we're going out.
This is what the executives do here, guys. They come on the talent. They beat us down. They say, Mike, oh, you're not tall. Oh, Mike, you weren't really a model. Speaking proper English. I can't have this.
Sitting on camera, it doesn't matter. When
Yeah.
you're sitting,
I guess
hoist you up.
I am actually tall.
Tails down. There you go.
This is my fake overcoat. Anyway, so we got a political agenda, and it's going to be we're going to triple the revenues okay, I'm just going to randomize parking tickets now because it's too easy for you to figure out when the street cleaner is.
Who's the candidate?
I don't want to reveal
Oh, okay,
it yet
don't
because
say
they'll
that.
already start attacking them. I'm going to be the henchman, and I'll legally take bribes because you can pay to play here. If you
could.
want to play, and all I'm going to do is I'll collect money. I'm going to put cobblestone streets. I'm going to close off traffic, ice cream parlors, gelato, and we're going to make a biodome with the enclosure. It's going to be summer, 24/7. You can come in, sand, beach. Do you guys think I'm kidding? They did Walt Disney.
That was a terrible movie, Biodome, by the way.
Biodome, yeah, maybe not exactly like that Biodome. Actually, that wouldn't have been a bad one. If
Yeah.
I do half of that, I'm talking about I'll get one of those, you know, Giants, they practice in a little inflatable stadium.
Yeah,
Something like
yeah,
that.
like that. Might work.
All right. Anyway, if you want, you can vote, you can register, you can bribe me at michaelandreula.com. Back to Matt. So you're coming, obviously, you're American from Brooklyn. What's the daily life in Brooklyn like growing up as a kid? Like, what did you do?
You know, I honestly think it's a lot different now than when I grew up. I went to Catholic school my whole life. I still hang out with a lot of the same kids that I grew up with, but I don't even know what it's like to grow up now. But I think it's like a lot more diverse than when I was growing up. Granted, you know, you might say I was a Colombian kid, but I was like a Colombian kid in an Italian neighborhood. I feel like a lot of the neighborhoods we grew up in, they changed a lot. I feel like there's maybe like more like Russian communities, more Asian communities, more like Indian. But it's all good. Everyone's doing their own thing. I became like a huge soccer fan over the course of like the last couple of years, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, something like that. And I think it's just great that I see so many more kids playing soccer and in the neighborhoods and stuff. But growing up, I mean, I played like every sport organized, but I just came to some point that's when I started boxing. So that's like kind of how my roots, like in the workout aspect of like boxing.
So what age do you start boxing?
I started boxing. I was like, it started as an 8th grade present when I graduated. I just asked my parents.
great.
I just asked my parents. I was like, could I box for the summer? And my dad was like, what do you want to box? And my mom was like, don't get hurt. And I was just like, all right. And so they let me do it, and I just started boxing like that.
Who was the gym? Was it a league?
I used to go to the city. This guy, my first trainer, Michael Olajide. I don't even ever heard of his son.
Man, Michael Olajide,
His
that's
son,
a good name.
His son trains Adriana Lehman, all the Victoria's Secret models. Like his son was like the first guy to like. It's ironic, but like he taught me how to box. I learned how to box with them in the city of Kingsway, and it's funny though because like again like his son was the first one to really introduce cardio boxing after his career ended and stuff, and so like I feel like it's weird because like here I am doing everything I can for CKO and like kickboxing and what we do, and like here he is on the other side training like these superstars, Adriana Lima, Hugh Jackman. I don't even know all these people that he has at his gym in the city. So, but
Nice.
we
Hugh
were
Jackman's
taught
in
like
the
the
city.
same person. That's pretty cool.
Victoria models.
That's super. It's a rock star trainer.
Yeah,
Rockstar
he's a
training
huge, he's a
system.
huge.
So
he's a
that's
huge
and
deal.
that's a good message out there because a lot of trainers come in. I appreciate so much when the Brooklyn trainers come in to do the training because number one they're all coming in. I know they're taking a lot of time Saturday morning, but they're fired up. They're hungry.
Yeah.
There seem to be more. I don't know how many of them stick with it over the long haul because a lot of good trainers they can't get the clients, they can't get the pick, they can't bring it all together. But it's possible, and then you can do almost anything. You can train Victoria's Secret models, Hugh Jackman. That's where you want to be at.
If you hustle, you can do anything.
You gotta hustle,
Yeah, you gotta
and
hustle.
that's the first time I met you. I was like, "This is it. We gotta
I
hustle."
remember telling that I love hearing that story when Joe told me whatever, and like you had good feedback, and I was like, yeah, man, I could do it. Let's do it. And so
Yeah, when I met Matt, I called Joe right after. I was like, Matt, it's either should be running your gym or opening a gym immediately.
it means a lot.
And how long before that conversation did you guys? It was pretty quick.
So I think that was like after I competed the last time I competed as amateur boxing, like 09, I got into it being a trainer at the first CKO franchise, CKO Calgary, was Joe Verga.
yeah.
Now in San Diego. What's up, Joe?
Yeah,
Trish.
they're just probably at the
They're
pool
busy.
watching
Yeah,
us.
they're surfing.
They're-
That's a different story. But so I became a trainer with them. Joe sent me to Hoboken. That's where I met you, and I realized how amazing CKO is as a business, as a franchise, just the people, the Andreula family, and
Oh, yeah, thank you.
so then like I started training with him, and I'd say maybe like a little over a year, maybe like a year and a half after I became a trainer, or like the head trainer, what the hell you want to call it. That me and my partner Ben, we opened our own CKO Bay Ridge.
Ben couldn't be here today, guys, because he's wrestling. He's
He was
helping.
doing, I don't know, he had like some sort of wrestling
He's
safety. I think he's this is real. I'm being dead serious. I think like, so he's doing like a wrestling show at a school, and I think they wanted to do like a preemptive school thing. It's like, here, we're gonna come wrestle, You just don't wrestle like us. Like they're just giving them like a heads up, like be safety.
Is X-Pac? X-Pac?
Yo, I think X-Pac is on the show. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
How's that even possible? I don't know.
Money,
I
pay.
guess
They pay you enough, you'll go
yeah,
wrestle.
I'll go wrestle.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
you go throw me, hit me with
Yeah.
a can already. Give me a parking ticket.
Yeah.
I'll be the wrestler that just issues you parking tickets. I'll break your will.
Oh, yeah.
Just like, here you go. Here you go. But I parked in my driveway. Here you go.
That'd be funny.
Another one. Need the revenue. So you came, you conquered. Brooklyn's blown up. You guys are opening up Williamsburg. I mean, you opened up Williamsburg, but
Williamsburg now,
there's
second.
talks of another location after
Yeah,
this.
we're
What do you think?
trying to get the other one down. I mean, I don't know. Everyone knows. I mean, all of our clients and all of our members know we're looking for. I mean, I think we got it. Sheepshead Bay. I think we
Yeah.
got it. Just put it this way: landlords are hard. You think mayors and
Yeah.
parking tickets are hard
Yeah.
to do it. Landlords are even worse to deal with. So
You need to get on. Well, I find that the realtors are a lot of. They're the in between person, and they don't like to work that much. And I'm not saying all realtors, but the ones I've dealt with in the past, where they're not relaying the information quick. And if I can meet the landlord and just hash it out in a half hour, the old timers actually.
landlords.
But
yeah,
corporate owners, like in Jersey City, all of them are owned by major corporations.
we've lucked out. I think we found a cool landlord that we're trying to really work with. But like you said about the realtors, I can honestly say this: like, as the more and more realtors I meet, I don't know. They're all like they're salesmen. You know, that's their job. They're not honest trainers like us.
Yeah,
They're trying to sell us something.
I
Like,
understand,
we're just
Yeah, and that's
lovable
what
guys.
I tell my clients, listen, I know you're mad at me right now, but I want you to be the best person ever. I want you to win the lottery. I want you to be shredded. I want you to be an egomaniac. I don't care.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
So I'm 1,000% in your corner, which probably nobody in the world is like that. So don't get mad at me. That's how I explain it.
No, I say it every class. I'm like, you might hate this now, but you know what? This is why you're gonna get the compliments on the weekend.
Yeah.
This is why people can tell you look amazing. Remember this part of class. I tell everybody, remember this part of class when it sucks. When you're like, why did I come here tonight?
Yeah.
That's why. Go remember when everyone's complimenting you.
Because it's a lot. For them, it's a lot. They love it. There's highs and lows, but I know they hesitate. Oh, I'm going to go in and go through that. But it's worth it. If you don't, you got to realize you got to do it for fun. Ultimately, the clients, like, it's fun for Dylan. Dylan goes, do you like doing it?
Yeah, it's fun.
It's fun? Good.
I go for the comedy mainly.
All right, good. So we'll keep it lively. I'll try to make some more jokes here. What's going on, guys? You are now doing jiu-jitsu, right?
Yeah, that's like my hobby on the side.
A hobby on the side. And listen, what are we going to do? Not talk about it?
No, of course. Yeah,
You know, it's something. It's interesting, and also you got to have that release. And also, when you see a different system, you could see some parallels, and you probably bring in some ideas.
Yeah, definitely. I think just in general, I talk about this with my girlfriend all the time. Like, I can honestly say, in the couple of years I've been doing jiu-jitsu, it's made me a better person. I can't explain it. Maybe everybody who comes to CKO understands, like, coming and beat the crap out of a bag. You go home, you're not mad at your husband, you're not mad at your kids, you're not mad at your boyfriend, girlfriend, or whoever, your boss. It's totally a stress reliever. But I don't know, there's just a different, like, philosophy to jiu-jitsu and, like, Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And, like, I go to the Gracie Academies, I got to mention them, one of my professors. And, like, there's just a different philosophy to that, like, the way you approach that martial arts that, like, I feel like I became a better person. Like, I'm so much more compassionate. Like, I have so much more, like, maybe, like, people who would get me mad if I'm out at night. Like, I don't really care anymore. Like, you know, it's like, or even if I see people and I'm more, like, willing to help, or I can't explain it. It's just like, I don't know, it's just like a way of life
I
or
think,
something.
Yeah, you definitely get that from, I think, you can't, when you're teaching, I think you're given a lot.
Yeah.
So you need to fill the cup back up.
Uh-huh.
And if you don't, you start getting really punchy.
Yeah.
At least I do. And when you're adding to it, but the jiu-jitsu philosophy is obviously, you know, you don't find a lot of asshole jiu-jitsu people like that.
Me personally, I haven't. I think I could vouch for, like, anybody
There's-
I train with, or everybody I train with. Well, like, everyone's really, really
I probably
cool.
was the biggest asshole jiu-jitsu because when I first started, I came from bodybuilding. I didn't have any,
Oh, man,
so
you're like-
I had no idea. So I was the guy doing all it's irritating. Like, you know what I mean?
You're the bait in the Shark Tank.
Yeah, but then I realized that you shouldn't be doing, you shouldn't be trying to strangle people. Like, I was literally just, I remember what Josh from Clockwork was doing it. I was trying to do this joke to people.
Yeah.
I was grabbing people's necks.
No.
And all it does is irritate them.
Yeah.
And it's just not nice.
That's
But
funny.
yeah, but I didn't know who the hell, I didn't know. Sorry. I
Me,
had one guy in a scissor hold like this, my legs in his head. I don't think anybody's ever pulled that
You
out.
just made up some hold.
I just had him like this.
Trying to go for a triangle,
I was
but it
doing
didn't
a thigh master. I was doing.
What was I
It's
gonna
my
say?
new move.
For me personally, jiu-jitsu is like, I don't know, it's kind of like my yin to, like, I have my own yin and yang. Like, I boxed for so long. So everything boxing stand up, that's working aspect. So, like, now it's like this whole new world of, like, the floor and, like, you know, holds and locks and stuff, like, on the ground. But there's no boxing, there's no striking. So that's why, I don't know, me personally, that's why I enjoy it so much. And I try to, like, I don't know, not incorporate what we do over there to here, but maybe if I find, like, a new flow of, like, a workout that we do, like, I'll translate it to something we do in CKO.
Well, even patterns, like for me, say you take a pattern in yoga, they do a flow of movements and then they bring it back together. It's not, you want to do the moves, but you see the pattern and then you can complete combinations because you see you did this, you did that, and then you added it in. For me, I get inspirations from music like that too, because you teach so many classes. You got to throw things in for yourself. They're not bored of it. You are.
Yeah.
This is some inside psychology stuff
Yeah,
for me.
definitely.
You know, I feel like if I don't get a little exposure to different anything, could be music, could be jujitsu. I haven't done jujitsu in so long though.
You should come down to Brooklyn when you want.
I'm gonna get
It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
so
no,
what?
I'll come around. I haven't put a gi on. I need to get the gi.
Go come do no-gi
All right, let's do it.
whenever you want.
When can we do it? Let's set a date.
Fridays, you can
Next-
come by whenever you want.
Maybe tomorrow.
That'd be fine. Hit me
I
up.
don't know if it-
I'm definitely gonna go. If you
What
wanna
time?
come. I usually train like
Sorry.
I usually
But
train
it's
at
good.
like 11 o'clock.
It's good. It's good to do. I don't usually cross the Hudson River,
Oh boy,
but no, I will.
we'll get you a kayak.
That's what I want.
you
I
really?
want a kayak. I want a boat. You don't understand. We're on this river. First off, if it wasn't polluted, it would be paradise. I'll swim in it right now. My father used to tell me that they would tie their stuff in a bag over their neck and swim to New York.
Really?
And for some reason, I believe him. Is he lying to me?
Probably. But when it rains pretty bad, you might just get carried over. You know, not even
Yeah, he
realize
probably just picks when the tide's going out. But in the water, he's like a fish. He literally goes in the water and goes to sleep and floats because he's got so much
it.
subcutaneous.
That really, right? Vinny? Yeah.
We're gonna get him on this. He's crazy. I had my mom last time.
Did you really?
Yeah, she hated it. Well, she was angry before, and then I knew that I could win over the audience because I was like, "Mom, could I do anything?" She's like, "Yeah." It's like, could I be, motivational speaker? She's like, "I don't see why not." She gets mad. That's why I like it. Like if I introduce an idea, I was like, "Can I play in the NBA?"
Oh my
She's
God.
like, "If you could do it, if you wanted to." That would be amazing if I go to the NBA from that interview.
Yeah.
I will be the first.
Should you be a politician?
Point guard. You point guard.
I'll be the mascot, but I'll be definitely a towel boy. So at this point, jiu-jitsu, it's good philosophy. It also is an art because it's weird how it fits together, how moves fit together. It doesn't, it's almost like you're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
A lot of the groundwork stuff I introduce into class, like just simple rolling off your back, shrimping motions.
Yeah.
Because if you don't ever do that and you get older and older and older and then you fall, why would you be able to get up? You know, they don't get, and every woman, I think, and guys, I think it should be taught in school.
You know, I wish, or there's no reason why I really can't, but I just never have. Like, there's so many drills that you could do, partner drills and stuff, but I don't know, it's just something about me that, like, I would never want to bring over into, like, CKO. I feel like it would freak people out
Now,
sometimes.
we
touch
used to have
people and
partner
stuff.
drills, and it was,
Yeah, partner drills no good.
it's good and bad, provided the partners are equal. Otherwise, you have,
Oh, you got sweat dripping
I
off
had
your
like a
face.
90-year-old lady,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
like a bodybuilder.
Yeah, exactly. It's just
Doing-
like, it's like for the, let's say if there's like, I don't know, let's say there's like 40 people in the class. For like the 10 people that might be doing it correct, I don't know, you just lose the other 30.
Oh,
That
yeah,
doesn't
you
make
can't.
sense for me. So.
The general class is, you got a lot of people, so you have to keep it, everybody has to be able to participate, which is a good thing. So you can get the conditioning workout, but you can't get so specific on partner drills because even trying to explain it would
Yeah,
burn
it's
so
a little
much time.
It's a little complicated.
I look at it like a comedy show. You know, you got to keep it rolling.
Like
if you
this?
don't, yeah, just like this.
Like keep it
They're
keep
like
people
this
laughing.
comedy. This is a documentary. Talking about comedy, who's your favorite comedian?
Ooh.
I love comedy. It's
I'm
my
like,
favorite.
you know, like people like they say they go to like restaurants and where they're foodies.
Yeah,
Like, I'm
yeah.
like a stand-up comedy guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I love stand-up comedy.
Me too. I do.
My favorite one right now, he hasn't been doing anything lately, but Anthony Jeselnik's hilarious. Louis C.K.,
Louis C.K.'s hilarious.
David Tell. He's like, oh, remember that time you gave me David Tell tickets? Remember that time? That was awesome.
Yeah, David Tell, man, he is fun. Was he good that night?
Oh, hilarious. Tracy Morgan, out of his mind. I sat front row. How about this funny story? I sat front row last year at Caroline's, Tracy Morgan show, and Artie Fuqua opened up for him. And then my hair was slicked back like this, and like I was like sitting front row, and they come up to me. They's like, He's like, what you, a Dominican vampire? Artie Fuqua. And then later, when Tracy Morgan came by, he comes by, he's like, man, look at this. He's like, pardon my French, I'm just quoting him. He goes, man, look at this nigga. Look at this Ricky Morgan nigga. Tracy Morgan said that. And then he asked me if I watch porn. He's like, you watch porn? I was like, what? And my girl, everyone's laughing. He's like, you watch porn? I was like, and then he just segued into like whatever he was talking about. But yeah, I got called a Dominican vampire. And
Yeah, I always
Ricky
think it's
Martin.
funny when like people are watching him on 30 Rock, then they go in to like his show and have no idea
Yo,
he's gonna be
he's
talking
like
about.
no, okay. So Ben's not here. He would vouch for this personally. They shot that movie Cop Out in his house. The movie
Really?
Cop Out, Bruce Willis.
Yeah, I know
like
the movie.
I don't know if you guys seen the movie, but there's like a
In
part.
Ben's house?
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys know the part. They go in a Cop Out. They walk into the lawyer's house and they grab his car. They like stick him up. Like, and they're like, yo, give us your car or something, whatever the hell they did. They took his car. So that scene's like 20 seconds in the movie. They were at Ben's house for 2 days.
Really?
Yeah. So
Was Ben in house or?
yeah, we met all of them. So like, I'll never forget. We were there when Tracy Morgan came to his house for the first time.
Yeah.
Not the guy doesn't act. He's just Tracy Morgan. Like that's just the way he is. He walks into Ben's backyard. Ben has an ill backyard, has like a jacuzzi and stuff. He walks in back. He's like, damn. He's like, that's an ill jacuzzi. Because you don't understand. Like he just walks. He's like, that jacuzzi. He's like, I'll make a baby in that jacuzzi. Like yo, he wasn't acting. Just talking to like the 20 people
That's
that were
hilarious.
around. I'll never forget.
funny.
And then like it's like 3 a.m. They're doing like a scene in his house, and Tracy Morgan's just putting on a straight up show in like his living room. He's just like like he's just singing and dancing. No one's there. It's like 5 people. It's like me, Ben, his mom, and like the producers. And
So it's working.
the guy's bugged out. Yeah, he's just out of his mind. That's why I love him. He's hilarious.
Yeah, his stand-up's exceptional, and his interviews are always good.
What
because
stand-up
he's-
comedians you like?
Well, I like everybody. Anthony Jeselnik. Do I know? I'm pretty sure I know.
He
the
was
name.
I think he was a writer on Jimmy Fallon, and I think he had his own show on Comedy Central for a
Yeah,
little while.
pretty
I
sure
think he had it
Jeselnik
canceled.
Effect.
Yeah,
I
the
think it
Jeselnik
was. I
Offensive.
said
Yeah.
that. Well, for stand-up, probably my top right now. It's hard to pick, but Cat Williams to me.
Oh, Cat was funny.
Cat Williams. We saw him in Newark.
That one special he had, watched it a
Amazing.
million times.
Amazing. Like
Always
he,
find
you know,
tickets to a black comedy special.
because he is
really
yeah.
comfortable there.
I went to the Hot 97 one in Madison Square Garden. Christy got me tickets, and I went over there, and there was a basketball game going on the other side. No, you're right.
Shall we send this?
Yeah.
All right, good. Okay.
And the guy collecting the tickets, he's like, the basketball game's on the other side. He's like, no, I'm going here. And I went in, and it's just honest. They were dressed, everybody was dressed like the Pimps and Hose
Like
Ball.
Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they thought I was a comedian because I was, and it was funny because we were in a row, right? And they were doing the whole thing like, where's my black people at? And I'm like, oh, where's my Latin people at? Oh. And then they were like, where's my white people at? And like, nothing. And then they like
The whole
looked
row
at me.
pointed at us.
And then some other guy's like, no, it's all right. He's Puerto Rican. But with Charlie Murphy was on it.
Oh, man.
It was the one, Kevin Hart was on it. It was one, though, that they do it quick. Like Cat Williams.
Like 15. He was the host.
Yeah.
And they do like a bunch of comedians.
Yeah, I don't like that as much. In Newark, Cat Williams,
Headline.
he's working
He's the headline.
so hard. He's pouring in sweat. Like he
We
doesn't.
were like 4th row too. So
Yeah,
he
we
was,
saw
like,
it.
Shying sweat.
There's a difference in the tickets though. You know, like, you go to a show like that, it's gonna be a lot cheaper.
Yeah, definitely.
The Cat, I'm sure that one that you guys went to, straight Cat Williams, is a little more expensive, right?
It was, I think it was 100. Yeah, it was 110.
That's expensive for a comedy show. That's expensive.
It definitely. He's making it look. He's crazy.
I love stand-up
He's
comedy.
small.
Yeah, he's really.
He's small. He's smaller than Kevin Hart.
Really?
Yeah.
He's little.
I don't know. I don't think Kevin Hart's like. I think in, like in movies or when he acts and stuff, he's funny. But his stand-up, I don't know. I just don't.
His stand-up's not as
that.
funny, but what about when he does Chocolate Drop? You ever see
Oh
that?
yeah, the rapper.
Yeah, he does Chocolate Drop,
Yeah,
and
that's
he battles T-Pain, and he said Chocolate Drop is saying the stupidest lines, but everybody in the crowd's like, oh, and T-Pain's saying like really clever things, and that's,
You know what video I love? The Mayweather. You see the
I
Mayweather
watch
one?
that all the time.
He's
Let me
like,
say,
"Well,
sit
well,
down
you
on
know
it.
shit about boxing."
I don't know who that guy is. He's funny though.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
funny.
If you don't know it, check out Kevin Hart's YouTube channel because that Mayweather when he does Money Mayweather,
Yeah, when he does like
stuff
those,
hilarious.
when he does those silly videos, that's really funny.
It's 50 Tyson he does. Just funny. But Cat Williams, who else do I listen to? Louis C.K. His shows, Louis C.K.
Love
shows are
Louis.
fantastic.
The show, I love it.
You like Jim Jeffries?
Jim Jeffries.
I'm telling you who he
and-
is.
and-
I've seen him live. I've
Yeah,
seen
Jim
live.
Jeffries
He's
is
funny.
good. The thing is, I know his material too much. So you got to give them
Yeah,
also
yeah.
how long are they working on it? How much did I hear? Dave Chappelle stuff is hilarious, but I usually listen to this stuff that's like getting out on the internet, and it's still funny. He's got a new one about Lil Wayne. I'm not even gonna mention
I
it.
gotta
It's
see
too
that.
filthy.
Chappelle?
Yeah, it's great. How the FBI, somebody was trying to blackmail him, and had like videotaping him having sex.
Lil Wayne?
No. Dave Chappelle.
Oh, really?
This is what happened. Remember when everything was
Yeah.
blown up? So this is why he's going crazy.
Yeah.
So he gets the videotape, calls the FBI. Oh no, he's like, I watched the video. I'm like, it's him having sex. Like this is disgusting. Like they're gonna blackmail him. He's like, so first thing I did right before I called the FBI, I went. I'm not going to say what he did right before when he was watching the tape, but you could use your imagination. Then he called the FBI. He masturbated before that. It was a good punchline that I destroyed. So Dave Chappelle. Everybody's going to watch that and say this joke's
What
hilarious.
did he do?
Dave Chappelle. Who else? I can't even think of. All I
I've
do
seen
is
Chappelle live.
Chappelle live. Really?
Yeah, he was high out of his face.
Sometimes Artie Lang. I think I seen high, and he was on drugs at the time.
Where did I see Artie Lang?
Yeah, we saw him. He's funny. He was funny on 2 different occasions, but sometimes he had a bad period. I don't know. Stand-up comedy is great. I like it. I like it for class.
Yeah, how
because,
funny are you in class? That's what I heard.
I'm not as funny. I want to do a stand-up class. Actually, they have it at. I've been emailing with the guy. He's on actually Louis C.K. A couple times when I do the poker scenes. He runs a class out of Gotham. And a lot of comics say don't do classes but I'm not doing it to be a comic. I'm trying to
Do it to deliver.
for delivery. So it depends. I try to write the stuff out, but it never works. I have to do it in the heat of the
No,
moment.
let me know when you want to go to stand-up class. I really want to
It's
go.
Sunday nights
Sunday nights, where in the city over here?
in the city. It's in Manhattan.
Gotham? Gotham Comedy Club? That's the one you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Let me know. I would go, honestly. I really
Let's
would.
go. I figured at least my demographic is probably overweight black women. Find me hilarious. I
Really?
swear to God. Other people or people that are quick on Dylan.
Where'd you come up with that?
I
Wait, I
just-
want to know where you came up with that.
because they love it.
I think you watch too much Kevin Hart.
Maybe they love it. I don't think like the alternative comedy crowd would enjoy my. I think I need to go into.
Maybe the younger Hobokeners.
Yeah.
What do they call them? Hobokenians? What do you call them?
Well,
Hobokeners?
yeah.
Hobokenites?
What did I say? I don't know. They're all divided. We don't have like a unity behind it.
What do you call them?
Balkaners.
Hobo...
Born and raised would be what they would say. They would say
Bompies. Back to the
Hoboken,
Bompies.
and we need to get my father on because back in the day we were talking on one of the first ones, and he said that they used to have like, remember that movie The Warriors and stuff? Like they used to have.
Oh, yeah, of course.
He said they all had like gang names.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. They weren't like beating people up all the time, I guess. But each neighborhood had its own gang.
Yeah.
So even when I grew up, the section I was at, we didn't intermingle with another section of kids that much. Like, you know what I mean? I'm sure it's the same
Yeah.
in Brooklyn. So I didn't hang out with, and born and raised is a term I don't even like because I don't look at it like that. Like, I went to school in Scranton. I wasn't like, these people are townies. They live here. What am I, an asshole? I'm going to come up there and call them. Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Oh, you grew up in Pennsylvania?
No, Hoboken.
But
I went to college.
you were born?
I was born in Hoboken, 9th and Bloomfield. Then when I got out of college, I moved to 10th and Bloomfield. And now I live on 9th and Garden.
Big
so right
adjustment.
behind it. Yeah.
Stays in 2 block.
Two block radius right there.
You live right there now, too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like it, but I don't like it. So I look at Joe in San Diego sometimes. I'm like, man, I know he's just out there. His feet are like in the sand and surfing. Well, I hear there's a lot of sharks up there.
Really?
Lots of sharks. That's not one shark. If I see a fin, that's it. It's over. I'm not going to
If
surf
there's
ever
anybody that
again.
could talk to sharks, it's probably Joe Virgil.
Yeah, probably. They're like, listen, you're having
I-
a bad day. You don't need to do this.
If I had to put money on it, he probably could.
It's got to be good. It's a hotbed. There's tons of other places there. I think it looks like Miami on paper, the way everything's set up. So you got to. The toughest thing I had with Florida when we're looking there is it's not segregated, especially in Miami, but the other sections are very not integrated the way I feel like New Jersey is. New York and New Jersey, everybody feels integrated. It's more comfortable for me than. And I'm not saying they're racist in the South. I'm saying it's just.
No, they're racist in the South.
They're racist a little bit, yeah.
They're racist. They're racist.
Well,
you said.
we do have a.
Oh, it's a
so-
franchise.
No, we have a big Southern audience. No, it's changing. A lot of
Okay.
Southerners watch, just like people.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, they love this. Brazilianers. I wrote down the girl's name.
Brazilianers.
Brazilians.
A Brazilian or
Yeah, Brazilian.
Brazilian lady emailed me because they're like, oh, other people don't watch this. We have people watching Korea. We have people that
Really?
watch in North Korea.
Look at you. I should.
Russia.
Wait,
Russians.
my hair look okay?
Yeah,
This
the
many
most-
people?
Yeah. The Ukrainians are. They watch the most videos. They steal the most videos from us to Ukraine. That's why
There's like a war going on right there.
I know.
They're
I wore
watching
the
you?
shirt, and we need to actually bring in Nick because Nick is from Russia.
Who, Nick?
Nick from North.
Plant City?
Yeah, Nick Lancetti.
He's Russian?
He's Russian.
Lancetti?
That's what I said.
No, it's Dan's time.
Wow, I thought he was like as Italian as they
He
come.
was born in Russia, though. He speaks
What up,
He's
Nick?
speaking to me in Russian.
Nick? Speaking of Nick, you know where he started, right? CKO Bay Ridge. He started as a member with us.
Yeah, that's right, Nick.
There you
that's
go,
right.
see?
The crazy part about the franchise, and I'll say that, a lot of times when you become a franchise, it gets you also into tremendous shape, which he has. I saw him, he's been coming and doing, I was messing around with that Pettis kick. I actually, you know the Pettis kick,
off
right?
the cage?
Yeah. I talked to Duke
What were you
Rufus
jumping off
often.
The bags.
One bag.
Christie?
Yeah. I was like,
Taking my camera.
when I saw it, I was like, can I do that? Can I do that? And I was just,
You got it?
I can do it. The cage, it's easier to do from bag to bag because the bag slides
'cause they
away.
move, yeah.
But Nick, he's got it down pretty
Really?
good. He jumps off one bag and roundhouse the other bag.
I'm always seeing those crazy pictures. You guys jumping in the air looking like Luke Kang and stuff.
Yeah. Well, we're practicing. It actually started in Paris because in Paris we went to boot camp there. They do parkour comes from Paris because when the Germans
Really?
are just blowing holes. Yeah.
Free running? That's where it comes from? Yeah.
The military would train them because you got to think about Saving Private Ryan. One building's got a hole in it, the other one's knocked down. So you're running, jumping. So it was actually a pretty brilliant training strategy, right?
I never knew that.
So these kids are doing it. There's the Parkour Rats. It's a group out there that just, I try to I just jump in the air and do a little spin. That was my contribution.
You do parkour? No.
No, I tried to.
Yeah, it's too,
I can't. My body's not
too dangerous.
It's like a
You
lot
gotta
of.
be super small.
Yeah. The kids I know who do it are like super duper small and like could do like triple jump, back jumps. And stuff.
I don't think that's why when you start young too. In Costa Rica, you see a lot of Pedro. This guy, he's born on the beach. His father's a fisherman. What's up, Dylan? You're saying sucks. Well, let me get this one out. The producers are trying to cut me off. So he will climb up a tree, no problem. He'll lock his legs around it. He'll be 30 feet up doing crunches off the tree, because when he was little, they not only did they encourage him, his father basically would drop him off in a boat in the water and say, listen, you got to swim home. Good luck. Because he knew that his father came from Nicaragua. There was a bad war. And he's like, you got to be able to fend for yourself out here, period. There wasn't even a road into town when they lived there. You could only get there by boat. And when I was young, they didn't expose me to this stuff, you know what I mean? And bodybuilding, as good as it was, it doesn't teach you how to be athletic.
No, it doesn't. I'm not a bodybuilder, but those guys are amazingly strong. But then I seem to.
But they don't know
athletic ability.
Nobody's telling me.
Yeah.
Nobody told me. So.
You get the memo.
Well, I know.
You get
That's
the
what I'm
memo.
doing. I'm doing, and it helps too, because if you're good, if you do anything, you can see how the patterns emerge where you can remember, okay, that means hold it like this, so you can carry it over. But when you have a kid, you got to let them run around. You got to let them climb. You got to let them get athletic. What about kids? You guys thinking of having kids?
Do I have kids?
Are you thinking about having some kids?
We had to take a break. Didn't we have to take a break?
We got to take a commercial break.
We had to take a break.
Here's my sponsor. Can we? How much time we have?
We got 10:47.
Well, we got 10 more
How
minutes.
long we've been
All
talking
right,
for? Damn.
Let me know when it's 5, and I'll do the Last American Guido. Last American Guido is a movie, hilarious. One of our members, and I respect Vito so much for. First off, the movie is done extremely well. It has pretty prominent actors in it. He's a cop in Jersey City, and he's just like, I'm going to do this. He crowdfunded it, and right now it's going to get picked up. He did it. I saw the premiere. Vito Labruno. I was supposed to be in a movie, and the 2 weeks they were shooting was when Hurricane Sandy hit. So I got cut, and then I watched, and I didn't know how the movie was going to be. And then we went and watched the premiere. I was so pissed.
Really?
I wanted to punch somebody so bad.
We opened CKO Williamsburg that week.
Did you? Yeah, that's right.
Hurricane Sandy. Terrible.
Did you guys get hit hard?
Yeah, we got terrible. No, we were there. It was home.
Well, yeah.
Eating canned food. They didn't want to
Oh
kickbox.
man, that was crazy.
Yeah, it was terrible.
I forgot all about that for
No,
1 week.
Man, it was terrible.
How long?
Pasta every day.
What are we gonna do? I'm thinking about. I'm growing things in the backyard now.
Really? You know what? How about this? I heard some like real crazy stuff. I heard they're gonna start regulating that. I mean, that's true down the line. We'll go back to the government politics stuff. I heard they're gonna start cracking down on that in New York. I heard they're about to change laws. And
Well, I was gonna get chickens.
my girl's family does that.
All right. So what? Why
Yeah,
not?
They got their own chickens.
The chickens. My brother has chickens, and he gets like 24 eggs a day. So you can sustain. Dylan, how do you feel about that? If it would be okay? Are you gonna say, "Oh, I'm gonna get salmonella"?
She gives us the eggs all the time. And when we go up there, we visit them upstate. We come back like 24 eggs. Like, way too many eggs.
And they eat bugs. Their eggs are really nutritious for you.
It's funny though because like one or two times, a couple of the chickens got slaughtered. but like chicken hawks or hawks up there. Like they came back and they're just feathers everywhere, and
I don't know if we get some.
they gotta like
we don't have any
they have
of
to
those,
like
I don't
really
think.
I don't know, cage in the
Cage 'em in.
chickens.
Well,
good.
Jake will be the one doing the murdering. But yeah, unless we have some really vicious ass pigeons.
So you're gonna change the parking laws, get chickens,
Yeah, this is
and start
well,
growing,
If I
become a farmer.
yeah, I mean,
You're right,
and
though.
introduce
They're gonna
jujitsu
have
and
No, that's what I heard they're gonna do. I heard they're gonna change everything. I heard they're gonna because there's a lot of local rooftop things
yeah,
now.
yeah.
You
And
know?
you guys have that. We don't have that. We should. During when Germany was bombing Britain, they cut off their ways to get food. So they were like, we're gonna have to actually farm in the city, and they outgrew what they were making outside
Yeah.
in the farms because they were hanging stuff off the front of the houses, this rooftops in the front yard. Think about how much square feet there is if we put dirt. We plant oak trees, but we don't plant apple trees. You want to give kids apples? Well, why don't you let them grow a tree? What are you planting? Dylan's planting palm trees out there. The hell am I going to do with that?
Yeah.
Put a banana tree out there.
You got a palm tree?
No.
Oh, I'm about to say that's awesome.
They had that one time.
Bonsai tree.
Bonsai tree. But you can't eat the bonsai tree. So I'm all about Mikey Appleseed.
Mikey
I want to
Appleseed.
just plant apple seeds up and down the coast.
I like apples.
So I just
Good
take
idea.
seeds. I just throw them. I grew a avocado. That died though. It's too cold.
Yeah, avocados won't last up here.
I got 2 wine vines going now. I got beans.
Really?
We won't be able to live for more than a week. Like here's your bean. At the end of the season, I had literally had 3 beans.
The 3 of them are good. Throw the other 3 away.
I was like, oh, you split this with your family, Dylan.
That's funny.
But if we had chickens are one of the more sustainable animals. And
Yeah,
cilantro and basil.
Yeah, I don't think the chickens are hard to maintain, honestly.
No, just don't get them killed.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
You just need a coop.
They're as dumb as bricks. These animals
they
are morons. I really couldn't believe it. Really bad.
One of my girls' friends, I think one of them got out and got run over by a car. So, the oldest joke in the book, but it's true. Like she came back and then the chicken was like
Yeah,
just
why did the chicken cross the road?
I don't know. To get killed.
To get killed.
Yeah, I don't know. He just came back, it was done.
So we have how many minutes left?
6:45.
It's 6:45. Real quick, guys. Check out this clip from The Last American Guido.
One, two. Check this out.
I'm about to tell you the 5 rules to being a Guido.
I told you long ago that Scopa's the faccia, she's no good!
Tommy, I don't want to be that guy, but I told you years ago, stay in shape, don't get content, and move out of your mother's house.
Guido rule number 1. Always wear gold.
That's what's all the gold. It's played out. You gotta get with the platinum now.
Rule number 2. Gelling. Always be gelling.
And you need some gel. The mousse, it ain't cutting it.
Somebody put a Sicilian curse on me.
Rule number 3. Be the player, not the one being played.
Shop here off.
What is it to you?
You know your Uncle Felix is a nugget head?
I gotta go watch The Real Desperate Housewives of New Jersey.
It's just called The Real Housewives of New Jersey. They're not desperate.
Not on the Porn Channel, it ain't.
Rule number 4. Cadillac, Camaro, Corvette.
You traded your caddy in for a Prius.
Yeah, I really need a change. Big time.
Please remove the medicated hemorrhoid pads from your left pocket, sir.
And most importantly, rule number 5. Once a Guido,
Shh, be quiet. I don't want to wake my mom. Shh.
always a Guido.
You're gonna be somebody, man. You were awesome, man. You were the shit back then.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, no problem, man. Do your thing, baby.
You're right, I gotta man up. Huh? I gotta man up and
Grab the balls, right? Yeah.
And we're back. So that's how we do that. That's movie magic right there. We're here. Matt David. David.
Matthew David on Facebook. One of them is Matthew Acquista.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so there you go. Learn something new every day.
Matthew Acquista.
You can't put all the information on social media.
Well, that's the
No
thing. My
way.
birthday is
No
actually
way.
incorrect
Really?
because I don't want to just put 1,000% God's honest information.
Yeah.
Why don't I just put my Social Security on there? Here you go. Here's my Social Security
It's easy.
card. In Hudson County, I had to go down because they were selling the Social Security numbers, and Bert's for 20 years. They duplicated them, and you had to go down to Trenton. So they were just in a courthouse. They were taking it. So it's a little piece of paper. I could duplicate that on my printer if I had one.
Yeah, that's so funny that you think about it, because you think about your Social Security card, it's like the most flimsy, crappy piece of blue paper. Meanwhile, everything else is like high tech and stuff. Like your iPhone is so high tech, but the Social Security card is the most important thing you're ever gonna hold in your life.
That's an incredible part, and that's wrong with cities. We have the most high tech parking authority in the world.
Parking tickets are more fancy than Social Security cards.
If you go to any other department,
that's
they're
the
gonna
truth.
Take
That
out
is
an
100%
abacus.
the truth.
Like, let me get my abacus out and my elderly scrolls. Like, the building department looks like they have the Dead Sea Scrolls stacked up there. I'm just saying, take a picture of it with dry foam. Right. Make a PDF here.
Hear ye.
Yeah, yeah. The guy's still got the
Michelangelo.
Yeah. With 2 chickens. Packing around.
2 chickens and a bad avocado.
the peasant. That's what would you be back in the Middle Ages, you think? First off, we don't even know. I have a fascination with ancient history. I love it. I love ancient history. So we lost all the records from what was happening in Colombia, before the Spaniards came. Who knows?
Just chilling,
No, I don't think they were. They got massive structures they built down there.
Yeah. They were probably chilling, just doing agriculture, doing all the stuff that the Mayans, Aztecs, Incas were doing, minding their business before they got slaughtered by the Europeans. Taking over.
Well, that's it. The Spaniards. I want to blame that directly on the Spaniards. In Costa Rica, the Spaniards did that. First off, okay.
Yeah,
the Spaniards came over with 600. Cortez had 600 men. Maybe it was 500 or 600. And how they really got them was the smallpox. So the disease killed 9 out of every 10 Central and South American.
They gave them blankets, right?
Even just coming into contact, it was everybody was dying. So that's how they were so easily, like they were running people over because they killed them. And people hated Montezuma. Montezuma was the Mexican, well, not the Mexican, the Aztec. Was it the Aztec? Yeah, I think it was Aztecs. And he literally was murdering people. Like, he set up the Walmart of murdering. He would just like put 60,000 people and then like a factory lop their heads off. And like you had to take hallucinogens and play soccer with people's heads. Like, he had crazy games. So the people wanted him dead. So they aligned with Cortez, and actually his interpreter was a local of one of the other powers. And I forgot what her name was, Tony from the gym, the maintenance. You know Tony, right?
Yeah.
Talk to him. He knows so many things. He tells me crazy stories about Mexico, though.
We're not taught that here, though. You gotta look into it on your own.
What?
It's like all that history.
Yeah, you got to look at it. Well, what I was taught was that I don't even think I was taught anything in Hoboken Public School. They're like, please stop fighting.
Yeah, there was a lot of misconstrued history.
They're like, stop fighting. I'll be back. Read your textbook. Yeah. And then I was like, when I went to high school, I was like, I think I should probably learn how to read.
That's funny. I was a pain in the ass in like grade school, like kindergarten to 8th grade. I was a pain in the ass. Not bad, but just a pain in the ass. And I was good in history.
Did you?
So I know a lot of the stuff you're talking about. Like Pizarro and all that stuff and all that. Yeah.
I hated school. I left pre-K the first day. I just walked home.
Get out of here.
I swear.
No way.
I swear. I was like, I told him I was going to the bathroom. I just went home.
Pre-K?
Yeah, and then I went home, and then I didn't go back. And my mom tricked me into going to kindergarten. She was like, oh, we're going to go there, foam blocks. And I hold this over her head. I don't really care, Mom. But she was like, she got me there 30 minutes early. She's like, and I'm making things. I like making things. And then she just leaves. And the kids start coming in because I got lost in the blocks. And I threw a fit. I was throwing things, and that was my introduction to school.
That's funny. It
was not good.
Want to hear my bad school story? I brought a knife to school in the 4th grade. Really? Pretty badass. Catholic school.
Well,
I got in so much trouble. No, not really though. I twisted it. No, I got in trouble at first, and then I turned it around, and I had the knife on me because I was afraid of like a squad. I lived across the street.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
but you need it sometimes. I honestly, throughout high school, I know we're running out of time. Early on, we didn't just have Take It to the Max was the first name. We had Fight Warrior, which was a martial arts supply company. So my high school is predominantly Filipino. And if you don't know Filipinos, they love weapons.
Knife fighting. They like Filipino knife fighting.
They
right?
like to twirl pens. So I was literally just like, who wants you guys? I would bring the catalog and how many switchblades do you want? How many butterfly knives do you want? And I would be selling the batons. And I have tons of knives, but just for fun, I'm not going to go lop people's heads off.
Yeah.
That'll bring us to, after we come back, I'll tell you about the time I got somebody pointed a gun at me in grade school. You guys
Grade school?
Yeah, grade school.
That was because maybe you made somebody do too many burpees.
No, that would be gangster. And I was like, I should jump and talk on the news. Like, I don't know. But I think, I didn't feel like he was going to use it. But I used to carry knives, and you didn't know. Back in the day, getting jumped was pretty legitimate. You wouldn't, on the block I currently live on, you would not even go that far down for me, because you just
gotta be careful.
You just have to be careful, and that's why I'm so hyper vigilant in the streets. I can't relax.
You heard the story. I don't know if you know this. One
We'll
of the,
run until strap.
I'm sorry. One of the instructors who used to be in Brooklyn, Mike. He was like a good instructor for Joe Verga. You heard about the story with him with the gun recently? He just moved to Chicago. Like he's not a trainer in CK Brooklyn anymore.
Yeah, no, Mike.
But I think he just told a story that like on Facebook, and I hit him up. I was like, "Oh, is that true?" He's like, "Yeah." And that somebody pulled a gun on him, and he like called their bluff. They like try to stick him off the phone, and he was like, "Man, you're not gonna kill me over a phone or something." And like the kids like just like ran off. They're like, "Ah, we were joking."
Well, he did exactly, I think, what you're not supposed to do. But you could probably tell. It depends.
Good stuff, Mike.
Yeah, if they're on too much.
Don't do it again.
Yeah, listen.
And like it's gonna happen naturally. Like there's gonna be like a mutual energy. Like they're gonna teach awesome, and the people members are gonna perceive them as a great class. I think the sometimes I feel like instructors they overthink. Like they try to put too much complexity into classes. They don't realize like how like simple like just the essence of CKO really is. It's just a bag and a member. Kick ass. That's it. Like, so I feel like sometimes they get lost, or instructors they get lost with trying to differentiate from the meat and potatoes of what CKO is. You know, like from the simple stuff. So I think that's the reality of it. I think that the instructors who like really take off and do CKO good are the instructors who just stick to the basics.
Yeah, well, stick to the basics, work on motivating, because unlike, this is the thing, if it was an MMA gym, I would just expect them to work until they have to find their edge.
Yeah.
But, and I would understand, if you're a teacher and you got all this other stuff, you're coming into the gym, it's my obligation to get you into the mental state of mind. So a lot of them aren't, the members are coming in, you know, got a parking ticket, got booted. So you got to get them all feeling good again while they're doing it. But, and in class, it's almost so, it's got to be so annoying to hear me say it, but there's only fundamentals. If I was going to teach you basketball, if you play high school basketball, you're doing a jump shot. If you play in the NBA, you're doing a jump shot. I don't know, some people start thinking that there's advanced combinations, and they need to work the jab.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm big, I know it's annoying, but you gotta work the jab. You gotta work the jab every day forever.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a day I don't think you don't work the jab.
No,
right?
Not at all.
Like what if that's, well, it's intermediates, and I think maybe there was a time I did that. I don't remember. See, I started. The first thing I learned was Taekwondo based. I did karate for a while, and they taught me how to fall down for like the first 6 months.
Break fall?
Honestly, they were like, the whole class, the most deadly technique, the street lethal technique they taught me was the pencil roll.
Just to roll forward?
And I was like, yeah. I was like, I hope I'm on top of the hill. I hit you in the ankles.
So that's a fight. He's going to roll out of the way.
So basically, I was just learning how to fall.
Yeah.
They're like, listen, Mike. I was like, this is not for me. And then I learned at the first, when the gym first opened up, it was just different instructors came. There was a Kung Fu guy, there was an MMA guy, there was Taekwondo, there was boxing.
What, in your school, or when you guys started taking it to the max?
Take it to the max. Because Joe had left Tony Rentas, which was karate, but he was teaching kickboxing at the time. Kickboxing was more American style kickboxing. which was just adapted from like a Taekwondo karate stance. The head punches aren't emphasized in karate and Taekwondo, so your stance is, you're tilted out.
But in karate competitions, though, you don't punch to the face. That's why, though, right? If it's to the body. Okay.
So what they did was, and then Taekwondo took it a step further, would just make elaborate kicks because you're not worried about punches.
Yeah.
But then when you add punches in there, then you're like, oh shit, I can't stand this way.
Then it gets real.
Yeah. So, and then when you add grappling in there, so when I look at striking, I look at the MMA fights because I make a lot of combinations seeing what realistic happens.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that would say early on, well, let me go back to the super early days. So people from different martial arts would come in. That's how I met Josh from Clockwork, because he just came in. He's like, all right, I'm teaching jiu-jitsu.
Well, was he a black belt at the time, or was he?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't even know. No, he was a blue belt at the time.
Wow. That's a long time
Right?
ago.
Who did he study under? They were at Alliance, right? Alliance and the Gracies.
Garcia. Yeah, no, they're two.
He was under
different
Marcelo Garcia.
That's Alliance. That's Alliance.
What?
If Josh was under Alliance, that's who Marcelo Garcia.
Marcelo Garcia. Is this breaking news here?
No, I'm not breaking news, but I'm pretty sure.
You're going to start a feud in the Brazilian
I'm
war.
pretty sure.
The Brazilian.
I don't really know. I just.
This is what probably
I
happened
just
at
come
the
under
club,
the.
actually.
I just go under the Gracie
Do you
fan.
think Marcelo was bouncing at that
No,
club?
not at all. No, not at all.
I watch Marcelo Garcia. I love him because he's got one of the best philosophies on. He tapes his sparring.
He watches it.
And then he sends him out. He's like,
Oh, yeah.
if I'm gonna grapple Marcelo Garcia, he's showing me what he's gonna do.
I've actually seen videos of him training.
And then what does
I
he
got
say?
one of his books.
Yeah. What does he
I just
say?
met him a couple weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah.
How big is he?
Shorter than you.
That's pretty short.
Wow. That's impressive.
So he's amazing. I mean, he's the best.
He's a monster.
And he tapes it, and his philosophy is if you're watching him do his thing, you're watching his sparring, then you're ultimately playing into his game, and he'll always beat you at his game.
Yeah.
Which is
Genius.
Genius.
Yeah.
Because if like this, if you're watching, and there's people probably copycatting this, like Billy Blanks' like cousin. So what you gotta have, Billy, you're gonna be losing in the overall because you'll have to wait. It's just like jiu-jitsu match.
Yeah.
He's leading you into the slaughter.
Yeah. It is funny though what you said about the copying, because I feel like that goes on so much now that like the cardio kickboxing aspect's taken off. Every gym and under the sun offers a cardio kickboxing class. People come to CKO, they take a class, and they go, I could do this. I don't care what no matter what you do, where this is the camera, right? So I don't it doesn't really matter like where you are, just the consistency of that, knowing that you can go to any CKO, regardless if it's in New York, New Jersey, San Diego, Carolina, that you're gonna get an amazing CKO style workout. Like that's like you can't copy that. That's what I feel like.
It's a very specific. It's like
That's like 16 years in Mike's brain when he
yeah,
did that
like,
workout.
it's something but like just the stories that you guys, the Andreulas, and how Joe started the franchise, and like knowing where it came from and how it turned into what it has, like as a brand and as a workout, and even beyond that, just the people. Like you meet so many like amazing members that have awesome stories, like life changing stories. Like 50, 60, 70, 80 pounds. You know, it's just you add years to your life on that. So like
it's good to invest in yourself, and it's a good way to make your passion. You know, a lot of trainers out there should be looking to that eventually. Looking, even if they're in your gym, if they're have the inkling where they want to open up a gym, they should talk to you about that, right?
I always say I'm always willing to talk. Me personally, like I'm always willing to talk to anybody about, because I feel like that's how I got my start.
I mean, it was just that quick.
Like I was a trainer, and then like I was in school for business management, and then I understood everything. Like, but somebody like me, I could feel like I boxed for so long, so like the working out aspect of it, like I had down. Like I understood how to box. I learned how to throw a couple of kicks, which isn't that hard for cardio kickboxing. At least it's not like I'm in Thailand training 12-year-old Muay Thai kids, you know. Which is when they're pro over there. You might say 12-year-old, but no, they're fighting pro. Like,
That's why they're striking as a
You
side.
got to get mad at banana tree to kick with it.
Yeah, I've been saying, if you've seen any of the reboot camps, we hang up the banana trees.
Oof.
And what I look at Thai boxing for.
These shins must be ossified. You gotta be
No,
they're soft.
Our bags are about 100
Yeah.
times. It's like hitting a giant piece of celery.
Yeah.
It's like a piece of asparagus and it
What it
flays
does
all
is,
over.
if you don't hit it with English, if you don't snap,
Yeah.
it hits you in the head. You have to cut it So you have to put English, and lately that I've been doing that with my punches lately, which is to, what would you call, I call it putting, like, you know.
You just turn it over?
Turn it over.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I've trained with like a lot of different trainers.
Some people say yes.
A lot of time I trained with Joe. He trains with like that Russian guy, Rustam.
Yeah.
They have like a different technique to that punching. Like everything's like a little more of a turnover and like a
So
little
what's
bit
your
more
philosophy? Because
of
mine
torque.
is that there's going to be a lot of different styles out there, and you kind of make your own way,
yeah.
right? Because Duke Rufus will say for the hooks, he keeps everything tight button hooks, and when you watch Anthony Pettis, it works. But then you look at Chuck Liddell, he's saying, take your hand and
fighter,
just
wing it.
smack. And are you going to tell him he's wrong?
No, I think that's the
Yeah,
beauty of
big
like
yeah.
martial arts, you know, like because you learn what you do and you put it together and you're an artist, you know. Like, so that's why like John Jones
That's
or
a
like
good
you
way.
know.
That's what I didn't even think about.
Yeah,
martial
it's the
arts.
truth. They martial arts, you're an artist because
Yeah.
like you're learning all these different type of styles and together
You create it.
you're coming
for
together
yourself.
as like
That's a good.
and
I like that.
like in essence that's what we do at CKO. That's why
the art.
that's why every
Yeah.
instructor is different. That's why everyone has like their own different style. Like perfect example for us in Bay Ridge, like if you go to like me and Ben, just say me and Ben because we started just me and Ben. We have a whole staff now and everything. But just, at the end of the day, me and Ben started Bay Ridge, and now we got Williamsburg. But like, you go to Ben's class, people know he has a style. Like they know they're gonna listen to like awesome 50 Cent, Eminem music. He's gonna come. He's gonna make you feel like, wow, my abs are killing me today. My arms are. If I can't move my arms, and like people come to my class, they know they're gonna get that like cardio. Wow, Matt, like yo, this feels like a crazy boxing workout right now. Like you know, I have everyone doing sit-ups. Like yo, like we was the last 15 minutes of a boxing workout, stuff like that. Like don't get me wrong, we do like a lot of kicks in both classes and everything, but like at the end of the day, every instructor like at every CKO really has their own style.
You gotta be passionate. That's main key. If you're passionate, and there's also a lot of other tricks, but if you're passionate, it'll come across to the members and they'll work hard for you.
Yeah.
And if you're not, then they won't. So that's what, you know, we've got to pride ourselves on, keeping them passionate, fired up, and realizing that you're really helping these people out. If you're in class, you could have been having the worst day ever. You got no release. People aren't telling you good things. They're telling you you're terrible, you're lazy, you're late or whatever. And when they come to the gym, try to build people up.
Of course.
Like Customato with Mike Tyson. But then you create a monster. I do that all the time.
That's what I feel like, especially more so like that like frame of mind, what you just said. What I try to personally, like I try to like incorporate to our kids class. Like so when we have our kids class like twice a week, and like I try to tell our instructors or like just in general the kids, or the way my philosophy is towards the kids program is like, if you're a kid, you're growing up your whole life, and maybe until like you're 20, 21, like people always telling you what to do. They're always telling you, oh, listen, you have to sit down, eat your lunch, or go to school, you got to go to soccer. Like, this is the one time that when we have the kids, like, we try to make them feel like we're peers.
Oh.
Like, we're not looking down on you. Like, I'm not the teacher scolding you. Like, listen, we're working out because it's cool, it's fun. We're going to work out. We're going to understand why we shouldn't drink soda, maybe why we shouldn't have pizza when we do. Yeah, granted, every kid should, enjoy it. But, like, I try to tell the instructors, like, this is we're doing this so we're going to be stronger.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so that's like the one time I feel like I try to tell instructors, like, make them feel like you're a peer, not like, we're scolding them. Don't get me wrong, there's some pretty bad kids that come to class, but they're like, I don't know what the hell their parents feed them before.
Well, that was the main split with the Japanese style and the Korean style martial arts. You're a piece of dirt when you start, and then you work your way up.
Yeah.
But it doesn't motivate the masses. And with kids, for me in karate, I didn't like it. I would have liked that style better.
People always say, like, especially, I just have my kid in Taekwondo. Taekwondo is like the ultimate, or any martial art is the ultimate, I'm the master, you're the teacher. And, like, I feel like we try to break the mold from that, or like try to tell kids, okay, listen, we're adults, but come on, we're going to go work out. This is why we're going to go work out.
It's good to a point to be like, to have the rank system, but it's very easy to be corrupted, the master to be corrupted, and people are literally calling you, like, they're calling him master. Yeah. But I like Renzo. Henzo, you call him?
Henzo.
Damn, they flipped that damn R for me. And everybody starts all their names, Hoyler. They all have our names.
Oh, yeah,
Why?
Yeah,
Why to mess with me?
I don't know, it's Portuguese.
Yeah. So, when the most important thing about jiu-jitsu is you get humbled all the time. So when the master can get humbled, then they don't get crazy and tell people that I can hit you with an invisible punch and knock you out.
Yeah.
Which happens. I watch those videos all the time. I love those.
Funny.
If I could learn an invisible punch, you don't think I would do it?
This guy just fall down.
You don't think I would be doing that all day long?
It's like those down south like churches when they pass out.
Yeah, the snake oil. Like, I'm talking in tongues. I'm gonna start that. I'm gonna have invisible hand strikes, talking in tongues.
That's funny.
That's about it. But that's about it. Is there any other messages, short clips you want to get to? I was gonna ask quick fire rounds. Who has better pizza, Hoboken or Brooklyn?
That's a question? Come on, man. Brooklyn.
What was I gonna ask? If you could, okay, you walk into a bar. I don't even know if you drink.
Of course.
What do you order?
A beer.
What kind?
Depends what they have on tap. Depends what season it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That tells
It would
me.
be a Brooklyn summer right now. We went to a bar. Brooklyn summer.
Brooklyn summer. Right. That's good. That actually tells you a lot about people.
You think so?
Yeah, like definitely.
Really?
I do. It tells me a couple things. It tells me you like beer. You like Brooklyn beer.
Yeah.
You know, you're picking out specific seasons. You understand that. You probably understand a lot more about beer than.
Yeah.
So.
I'm a beer snob.
Yeah. Like, what would I get? I would probably walk in and get something pretty hard, like a kiwi strawberry wine cooler. Get some.
A limerita, that's what you basically a
I can have
limerita.
They'll kick me right out of Brooklyn.
They take your hoodie. Get out of here.
Brooklyn's so much fun. When I went, like before Carroll Gardens was open, like people would just like open the door, and say, "What's going on here?" Like they're just
they didn't know.
No, they just come in. Where like if you go to one of the suburban gyms, they're not going to just walk in.
No,
it takes a lot.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, I drove by for 6 months."
Now I want to know what you
Brooklyn's
need.
like, "What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing here?"
They come and ask for money. They're like, "Hey man,
I like it. I like the neighborhood of it. Obviously, the food in Brooklyn's phenomenal. If you're not to, if you had to grab, the scenario is your house is burning down. You got to grab one item. What would it be?
My girlfriend.
Yeah, she's safe, obviously.
Okay. I just want.
Like, do you have?
I got to sleep on the couch if I don't answer that
Yeah, that
question.
would be bad.
What would I? My fantasy football trophy. That's for my cousin right there.
All right,
all
right. That's it. You want that going. That's an important question. I don't know if I have anything. Grab my computer. That's really
computer. This camera, so we don't lose the podcast.
Grab the podcast. Yeah. If you could say something to your 18-year-old self, what would it be?
You're gonna keep breaking your nose. Just deal with the non-breathing that's gonna be an issue in years to come. Just get ready.
Did you ever see the Josh Barnett video? He's at a CrossFit and the guy does a thing and he hits himself, breaks his nose.
Oh no!
So Josh Barnett's like, all right, let me see that thing. He just starts grabbing him, puts him on the floor, takes 2 pencils, and then he's like, you gotta keep the pencils in, and then he sets it.
Ugh.
That was the key, because if you set it without the pencils, and if you breathe out, you ever see what happens?
Blow up.
Your face still blows up.
Yeah.
The air goes into here, and then your face looks like the Elephant Man. But if you put the 2 pencils, then it'll keep the airways open.
Yeah.
So next time you break it, 2 pencils.
I'll never forget the first time I broke my nose. They like put some like paper, the tissue paper, whatever the hell it was, gauze up my nose, and it was in there for a couple of days. And I went to go take it out. Yo, I never knew they could put something that big in your head. Like they took it out. It was like it was like 10 inches. I was like, whoa.
I can't handle
that. That's crazy.
My nose. What would it look like if it was broken? It'd be so bad.
If you look still close, you still see it's like a little dent on my nose right here. You can still feel it, but whatever, happens.
What was it? Did he hit you with a jab?
I think I got like caught like a right hand or something, like over right hand, right to the grill.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. I didn't. We didn't have any. A lot of things. My base wrestling, I should have got in earlier. Even after I knew stand up, I didn't know
I know
wrestling.
a couple of my good friends. One of my first coaches, Kid Philippe, Nova. He comes out here. He goes to. I know a couple guys go to Edge.
Yeah.
Go to Edge. Yeah, for wrestling.
Yeah, they have. It's a great. They got a great wrestling, good youth wrestling program too.
Yeah.
They're doing like really young kids.
The youth wrestling in Jersey is unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
It's better than New York, or at least the city.
When I was at Ringside Boxing, the owner was like naming towns in New Jersey with kids that I was like, they really follow us.
Yeah, no, it's big over here.
Wrestling's good. It's a good sport. Boxing is a good sport. Jiu-jitsu, good sport.
And any instructors have wrestling backgrounds? Or that with CKO?
Oh, I'm sure.
That's interesting.
I'm sure, but
Sean?
Wrestling background?
Yeah, Sean was
I don't think they
wasn't he?
applied as much. Wrestlers have the tough transition into turning into strikers, but they will as soon as you realize again what the foundations were for your shot, then you can apply it to your punches.
Yeah.
What other questions did I have there?
Wait, we got a
Oh, yeah.
question from Twitterverse here. They want to know if you and Matt would be down to do a anti-bullying thing for kids, bring in the
Oh,
kickboxing,
100%.
go into schools.
That's actually a great idea.
I mean, all scheduling and how often, it would be. So, yeah, well, I'm down, 100% down for that.
Yeah, we could.
We'll
we
videotape
could set
it so we
something
can
like that
watch
up.
it.
Oh, yeah, I'm down 100%. I'm big on that, trying to teach the kids.
Well,
Teach the
I'm
kids.
trying to think. What would I?
Teaching them martial arts.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
With
morals. and stuff
anti-bullying.
Like that.
Kind of like what you were saying with the wrestling about we're gonna wrestle, but you're not gonna do it.
Yeah.
They should learn. They should definitely learn how to do it.
Yeah, I think there's a big difference between fighting and self-defense. Like, you always want to be in a position where if it does pop off, does get real, that you're more than capable. You're confident. You don't want to be that kid that just like, you know the way you always read stories now like gang assault is like a new felony or something like that, and like you never want to be that person like who just was in the state because you couldn't defend yourself.
How about this? And this is what they call it, the rape choke, which I was trying to apply to grown men, is not, you can get out of it I believe people die from it because they just panic.
Yeah.
So they should at least learn that. They should learn how to shrimp and get off their back, right?
Yeah.
And they should learn like basic circling and not moving back and tripping. And then, it's a good introduction. I don't see anything wrong with it. I'm not going to teach kids to beat them up. I certainly, when I teach kids, I shouldn't, you teach them and you just give them a respect that that's where you need the martial art kind of philosophy. Like, you got to really mentor the kids so they don't just start beating people up. They generally don't, though.
Well, Matt was saying too with the jiu-jitsu, you said it calms you down to the point where you're
it
less
calms me
apt to get in a
down. But
fight.
even like with boxing, even when I started boxing at a young age, like I was like 14, like by the time I was like doing it for like a year or so, like I knew like, okay, I can probably kick it a lot of people's ass, like at 15, whatever. And like I'll never forget one time I was out and like someone just tried to be like really stupid, even since I'm wise to me, and I was fighting in like a couple of days, like 4 days. And I was like, you know what, man, like I just let it go over my head. I was like, whatever, man, like I got a real fight to fight.
Yeah, you got to find out how much is it worth.
Yeah, exactly.
To get into that, because usually people coming at you, they don't have anything to lose.
Yeah.
That's the worst, because especially in Hoboken, I think Washington State has a law where we can do combat. If the cops can be there, and if it's like, will you enter this combat with me? It's a really official thing, and then they can street fight.
Really?
You can't like beat somebody to death.
This is in the District of Columbia or Washington?
Washington State.
Washington State on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called? There's a name for it, right?
Something combat, I don't know. It's like social combat or
That's
something.
awesome.
Yeah.
I think it's a great thing because at times people do need to get smacked.
As long as both parties agree,
And both
the
parties
cops will
agree.
be involved.
And then
yeah.
also, what are they going to do? They're probably going to not take it so far.
That's awesome.
There's
That's an
videos
awesome
where
law.
the cops are sitting there and they're like, and then after they go to
It's a
the ground,
gentleman's fight.
they break them up like hockey.
Yeah, slap somebody in the face with a leather glove.
Yeah, you should watch it. There's one.
That wall.
There's one of these guys that walks around like a superhero.
That's pretty cool,
that
man.
has that fight.
That's an awesome law.
What the hell's that name?
We'll find out.
Positive
We'll Google it.
Washington State. There. That's what's got.
How did people know on Twitter to ask us a question? I thought this wasn't live. Oh, you got fans.
This is called, this is the magic.
They know you're on though. We
Oh,
always
yeah?
announce who's on. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. They don't know the hell
What
I
else going to do? Well, they will now. The point is, like, we just keep getting reps, have your back, keep moving forward. I look at this just like you learn jiu-jitsu. We're white belts, but most people aren't even going to start jiu-jitsu. So if you go to like 6 months of jiu-jitsu, you're probably going to be better than 99% of people because they're not going to try.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not even trying jiu-jitsu, so at least you know basic fundamentals. So this is just getting the game up, keep pushing it, get some better sponsors. Not better, sorry, Guido. Last American Guido is a huge step up from men's wax.
Men's wax.
Bear for Men. It came 6.
You were in that? You were in that movie?
No, Bear for Men is not. That was not that one. That was.
You have a blooming acting career going on?
This was a body wax.
Really?
Yeah.
A men's body
Bear for Men
wax.
is not the. That wouldn't be in that movie. Large amounts of money maybe for that. then we're Last American Guido. We're gonna move on. Maybe we'll get On It or some supplement brands. We need some cashola. Maybe Hayabusa. Need cash money.
Didn't we have some ringside gloves?
Yeah, ringside. Really nice guys. I'm actually ringside. I'm sure would sponsor this with equipment.
Yeah, true.
And I went out there. They have some beautiful equipment. They have some new stuff coming out.
Their gloves are very underrated. Very, very underrated.
Well, what they were telling me is that like Everlast, at some point became a license. So even Ringside produced Everlast. So Ringside and Combat Sports is the same company, and they'll say, "Listen, Everlast say, give me 20,000 pairs of gloves." They'll make them.
With Everlast.
But yeah, but then somebody else might make them. So there's no
Same glove.
consistency.
Yeah. Hayabusa uses a lot of our pictures of you wearing Hayabusa.
Yeah, Hayabusa
Really?
has shared a couple of things that we've done. Yeah.
They've liked the ones in
They're not-
Paris
they're a
when he
great
jumps in
company.
front
You know
of
what's a good
Trudel.
company banging? That's like really blowing up. Venom.
Venom, yeah.
I have
Rev Gear's used a few of our
I have
photos
some,
too.
some Venom gear.
I like
You have Venom shorts
yeah.
too.
I know. I used to have Hako shorts until they took them in Costa Rica, because there's a Hako.
Hako Beach. So
Yeah,
they
I
took
was
his
getting my
Hako
laundry
shorts.
done. So where the hell are my shorts?
You know, it's awesome. Brand company. They don't really make fight gear, but you would probably like that stuff. But they make like a lot of nostalgic fight gear. Roots of Fight.
Roots of Five.
Really cool. Really cool stuff. They have like Cassius Clay shirts, Mike Tyson
Oh, yeah?
shirts.
I
Yeah,
just got
Gracie stuff. A lot of Gracie stuff too. It's really really cool.
What is it?
Roots of Fight.
Roots of Fight.
Roots of
Yeah,
Fight.
definitely check it
We'll
out.
check that
Definitely
I think
cool.
it's sponsored by them. Roots of Fight. Besides that, guys, how much time did we do?
Oh yeah, 8 hours. Oh, how much time did you
Done
do?
8 hours.
I've shot 25 minutes.
Anything else?
That's the quick fire questions.
Well,
We went out for tangents.
I had it written down. Tangents is
Podcasts are all about tangents.
Yeah, right. That's what.
My first podcast.
Right. I mean, we shouldn't even call it a podcast. Somebody pointed out it should be called a
You took his
video
podcast
cast.
virginity.
Don't.
Papa Cherry.
Podcast.
Papa's Cherry.
I'm just used to it.
Michelangelo.
It's a show. Listen, if this was on networks, and eventually, okay, so it's 2014 right now. What do you think the world's going to be like in 2030? That's 15 years. So I'll be like 30 years old.
2014 and 2030, 16 years.
Yeah. What do you think?
I'll be 46.
What do you think your daily routine's going to be like? That's 15 years.
Hopefully, I'm a black belt by then in jiu-jitsu for a couple of years. Hopefully.
I'm talking. You don't think you're gonna have like robotic arms in
No.
15 years?
Hopefully I'm still a part of CKO. Hopefully I have whatever CKOs I have. At least hopefully I have like at least 3 or 4. Hopefully they're running themselves by then.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can just pop
in,
in, say hi, make sure the wheels are turning.
Chorizo.
Hopefully I have a bunch of kids. Hopefully I'm married with my girl. Hopefully I'm growing vegetables,
Yeah, yeah.
chickens
And
and
still,
stuff.
are you, what about where would you live? Like, especially where if so CKO's run itself, everything's smooth. They're like, go move wherever you want. Would you stay in Brooklyn?
My girl's family's from upstate.
What
And I'm always looking at like stuff up there, like eventually.
What part of upstate?
Walden. It's like, you know where the outlets are, like in Woodbury. You know where the outlets are? It's like up on the thruway. So
Not
it's a
as
little.
upstate as me.
It's a little past. Where you from?
Rochester.
Oh yeah, it's a little past.
Like Ontario,
So
Canada.
what,
You're past
oh,
Rochester? No way.
No, they're not past. She's
You're
not
like,
past.
You're in Rochester?
Yeah, by Buffalo. Like,
Oh, that's
up
far.
there.
No, she's way before.
Yeah.
She's on like.
That's what
going
I think of
towards
upstate
Albany.
though.
Yeah,
I'm like,
she's
oh,
going towards
Rochester,
Albany,
Buffalo,
but she's probably,
Syracuse.
like, a couple hours before Albany. So on the thruway. So I'm always looking at houses up there. I could definitely see myself having a house up there, and like just bouncing around over here to make sure everything's cool.
Yeah, they got. It is pretty nice up there. You start realizing there's a lot of farmland.
much land,
but
so
it's
much
very
land.
very cold.
It is cold. The winters do suck up there. But
Oh,
you know what?
winters do suck.
They have so much land and stuff, and it's so cool. I actually know one of our members. There's a couple who does it in Williams. They come to Williamsburg. They live like down here Monday through Friday, and then they go up there on the weekends. And I would love to do something like that. You know, I would love to do something like that. That's the plan.
That's the plan.
I don't know. So far, I think I'm kind of executing on whatever plan I had. So.
Yeah, it's tough to leave the city. You know,
Oh yeah,
It's
no,
gonna be
I
hard.
would never want to leave Brooklyn.
it's gonna be very hard.
I would never want to leave. Brooklyn.
I was thinking, you know, what's Brooklyn gonna be like? It's gonna be high tech. It's gonna be like the Fifth Element.
It's going to be like
Brooklyn.
It's gonna be like a mix between Biodome and the Fifth Element, something like that.
Do you think we'll ever have jetpacks? Because for a while
They introduced the jetpack last week.
No, I didn't
You
know
didn't see that?
No.
It's running on like hydrogen peroxide and something else.
me?
And silver.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you didn't
Wait,
see
not a
that?
jetpack in the water though. A different
No,
jetpack?
like no.
Like a
water.
flying
Yes,
jetpack?
a flying jetpack. You didn't see
Come
that?
on.
Google it.
No,
Google on
because
YouTube.
I knew that the first, even the military, they were trying to create platforms that had guns on them, and you fly around. But then when you shoot the gun, it makes the
the kickback.
I'm telling you, listen, some like Boba Fett like jetpack thing, like something like hydrogen. I'm pretty sure hydrogen peroxide silver. So it's already here. So this
All right, well,
this
then
is next year stuff. This isn't. You're talking about 20 years.
that will be incredible.
They're gonna have tanks running on jetpacks. by
That
then.
will be. Well, hopefully we don't have tanks. Well, I guess we'll definitely have tanks.
We'll have self-driving cars.
Well, I mean, I don't like that though. I don't want to have self-driving cars.
I just got a car with cameras in it, so
yeah,
whatever.
in the city, I like it. I'm talking about. I would like to drive fast on my own sometimes.
I think if we don't stop, the pollution's gonna be like China here.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
bad.
I
It's
think
gonna
we
be like
just-
gas masks.
We
so-
just exported out pollution
Underwater.
to China. Like that, basically they're making the same mistakes they did on the Hudson River, all of New Jersey. It was a mistake because they didn't value how much the land was gonna be worth, or the water.
What did they say? The water levels rising like 6 inches every year, or something like that in the world.
I hope not. But
You guys are gonna be gone.
Oh yeah. Probably.
You guys, you
The
guys
hurricane already
just,
almost took us.
Yeah, probably. But
If I was you, I wouldn't pay my rent the last
Yeah.
year before it happens. Save some money. Seriously, you guys are just investing in rafts.
I got an exit strategy though, because I'll just take a little boat all the way up to upstate New York, jump on your farm.
You guys are already on the water.
Yeah.
I feel so bad when it rains bad. I'm like, oh man, is Hoboken opening today? Like like when you guys see each other.
Well, they just
Terrible.
built it in a. It used to be water back there. It was marshland.
You guys are just gonna have sandbags up to the second floor.
Yeah, we just swim over there.
probably
Actually,
do.
we're on the second floor.
Remember when Jim was carrying members on his back
Yeah.
across the puddles? Because
You could take a boat.
the flood happened during Mike's class, and it just rose
Really?
during
It's
the
that
class.
quick. It'll happen
Wow.
like this. You're walking. There's no water.
15 minutes, it's 3 feet.
Depends.
Yeah, they're saying like all the major like coastal cities are gonna be done within like 30 years, like Miami, like.
I believe it
New
just by
York.
what happens here.
I don't know. I've been hearing some different information. Even on, I hate to, like, the amount of carbon being released is not as great as it's ever been. I was on the assumption that this was but like during periods where dinosaurs were around, there was enormous amounts of carbon in the air. And they say what happens is when you
Were they
burn.
driving SUVs?
They were. What happens is we can find ways to absorb the carbon, and we can find ways to, deflect, even filling up, diverting the water so it doesn't flood
Yeah.
here. Like you can make big, humongous lakes in
Yeah.
Nevada.
Or we might as well
That's
just be
I'm
Venice.
hoping. That's why Dylan has a genius kid, Max, who's on this, and I'm trying to say, Max, you gotta start getting work on this because you're gonna have tremendous debt from the country, and you guys are gonna have to solve how to save Hoboken.
Save Fioris.
Save Furies. So just make a little pontoon boat of Furies. I'm fine. I'll live out in the water. I'll make a biodome that sails away. I'll get a Carnival cruise ship.
I think we're screwed. Too much. I just seen like something on Greenland and all the glaciers or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's
Oh my
burnt.
god,
Listen,
we're done.
that's it. And it's like the whole thing. Even with slavery, I feel guilty, even though my family's probably in southern Italy, being peasants.
Yeah, just chilling.
I didn't really cause the pollution, but I live a pretty minimalistic life. I probably use the same resources like somebody in a third world country would use, I would imagine. Maybe not, maybe. Like water, gas. I don't use that much.
They're probably kickboxing for food over there.
Yeah,
though.
that's true.
We're just kickboxing to work out.
There's something beautiful about not, like even in Thailand you hear the stories and like they live. In Thailand it's not that bad. Actually I think it's really bad right now. They're having riots in the street.
Really.
Political unrest. But there's something beautiful about just being able to provide for yourself. Costa Rica's like that. You can grow your own food. You don't want for a lot.
You
So,
fish.
Yeah, you fish.
Throw a line in.
They have complete faith that everything's going to be fine, and it just turns out. And here you just construct a lot of problems and issues that might happen, probably won't happen. So I don't think our lifestyle of getting more stuff is going to add to the problem. I mean, help the problem at all. But we use too much stuff.
We're just a society of consumption. Yeah, that's it.
That's the
excess garbage, regardless if it's food or plastic products.
That's why I'm getting chickens.
Chickens.
I'm gonna grow my own chickens and eggs
and avocados.
Avocados.
Bad avocados.
Avocados gonna taste like shit. Hoboken avocado.
That'll be like,
want my money back.
When you go to Whole Foods and you're paying like $50 for an avocado this big from Hoboken, branded.
Are there any Whole Foods and stuff like that over here?
No. There's one.
Edgewater.
Really? Edgewater's nice.
Edgewater's really nice. They're building it up.
There
This is
a little
back in the day.
Okay.
Jersey City. If you look at the architecture, everything, you could tell at some point Jersey City was really nice, and they looked down on the Hoboken people. You know, because they're up on a cliff. Why? Because we lived in a swamp. Edgewater was a swamp.
Really?
And now, hopefully, nothing ever happens. To at least a natural disaster would wipe us off the map. All right, guys. It's been fun. It's been real. Matt, we're gonna have to have you back. There's too much stuff to talk about.
Yeah,
really.
this is fun. We didn't even talk about everything.
We didn't. I feel like we'll come back in a couple of weeks, possibly.
Months, weeks, whatever.
Months.
If you guys don't go in the water by then.
If you go in the water, I'll call you for my.
You'll lose all this expensive equipment.
Checkweather.com before.
Yeah.
Look at the ground floor. There's
It was raining
see the
today.
flood lines.
Now that I think about it.
Oh yeah.
Car's been sweating.
Dylan, you lost the old studio in one of the floods,
Yeah,
right?
Dylan, that's actually
Is that
the,
why
This
you're
is
on
my
the
second
floor?
studio. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
The last one was destroyed in Hurricane Irene.
Sorry,
actually it
dude.
was great. Yeah, that was a big
It's a good
step
thing.
up.
Best thing that ever happened to me in a lot of ways, but whatever. Fuck it.
Appreciate it.
Heck it.
Thanks for letting me come down, Mike. Thanks.
Man, hit
We
me
can
up
say
with that. All right, guys. Talk to you soon. Is there any information you want them to hit you up? One quick question I was supposed to ask. Like, is there anybody? Do you use Twitter?
Yeah, I
Or
used to.
anything?
Yeah, I do all that
Do
stuff.
you follow anybody that's really funny or have any recommendations?
I follow Anthony Jeselnik. I'm not a real big celebrity. I don't really follow like a lot of celebrities on like Instagram or Twitter or something. I just try to follow people I know.
Yeah.
So if you see me following anybody that's like half famous or somebody whatever, it's probably just because like you or somebody like.
They might have
because I
like
know
a
them.
funny like thing. Well, thank you. I appreciate
Yeah.
that. What about book recommendations, movie recommendations, music
Man,
recommendations?
my Bible is The Art of War. I
Yeah.
live and die by The Art of War. I tell it to read. Everybody read that. It's a quick read, but you're gonna have to keep rereading and rereading to understand actually what they're really saying in
Yeah.
that for you to understand. And it applies to anything: business, relationship problems, what to eat. It applies to everything. I love that book. I just picked up a couple of the books I haven't finished reading. I picked up Phil Jackson's 11 Rings. I'm a huge Bulls fan.
Yeah, that's
Michael
good.
Jordan. So like, just hearing like all the insight that he had, that was pretty cool. But
I was a big Bulls fan. Kim Jong-il.
yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
So
Dennis
I
Rodman,
saw
I saw that. Yeah,
He loves it.
yeah.
He doesn't see
Funny.
that like.
He's a big Dennis Rodman fan. Music, man. I take pride in this. I don't know what music you play. I like to say I play the best music in CKO in New York. That's what I like to say.
Oh, that's good. Well, you're not going to include it. Well,
I'm not going to come here and bring the drama when I come to Jersey, but I'm going to say in New York, no one plays music. I play everything. I play Nirvana, I play James Brown, I play the new, I don't even know what new songs. I'm playing Duck Sauce, I'm playing Tiesto, I'm playing Wu-Tang, Nas, like Jimi Hendrix.
That's
I
good.
play everything. I try to appeal to everybody in class.
Well, that's the thing.
Mike was playing country music.
Well,
last week.
if honestly, if I was down south, I would be playing country music. If I was in Atlanta, whatever they want to hear, because the music, you got associations to it, and when there's 100 people in class, you don't know what they want. And
Yeah,
some
of
people
course.
will tell me this is the worst music. Other people will tell,
Of course.
and that's the best when they come up to you. Like, you can change that, but.
Many times people come up to me, they're like, "Yo, Matt, I was Shazamming that song as the class was going on." I was like,
That's what it is.
Just come up to me and talk to me after
I've been
class.
wondering what that app was.
Yeah.
So it was, I kept wondering. That's the app that tells you what's
Yeah.
song. But mainly I use DJs like David S. Toro, the Baltimore's DJ, Seattle's, and so you don't know. A lot of this new music is horrible. The club music.
Yeah, I'm like real anal when it comes to class. Like I'll try to play the song perfectly, time it for when people are attacking and stuff. So like, I've been playing a lot of Skrillex. The new Skrillex album's dope. Again, I play everything, like everything.
So Spotify though, can you switch?
On Spotify, the one you pay for The interface is like really like iTunes. So if anybody has iTunes, Spotify
Does
interface.
it fade the songs for you?
No. No. So it'll just like play it and then start another one, like the next one you have in your playlist. If you don't have the one you pay for, you're gonna hear commercial every so often, but
So you gotta pay for
yeah,
it.
it's like $8 a month.
Yeah, no, I have paid Pandora. It's the only way to go.
Pandora's a little different though, because it gives you like
Yeah.
recommendations. But the Spotify, you can listen to what you want to listen to when you want to listen to.
Mona uses it.
I use it.
Yeah,
Love it.
that's one of the first things we tell our instructors as soon as they start working for us or want to start being a part of CKO. We're like, yo, okay, get a Spotify account. They don't have to, but honestly, I just feel like it's really, really helpful.
Oh
for
yeah,
them.
it's either it's gonna pump you up or it's gonna pump them up, and either way, like it keeps me on my toes.
Because music could get really stale, like in your class. Like if
yeah.
you're an instructor and you're the same 50 songs, you're always playing the same 50 songs. Like on my playlist, there's literally like, I literally go through 2,500 songs. Like there's 2,500 songs.
That's
on
the
my playlist.
thing. It's like if you think about stand-up, you see a stand-up once a year, so their material looks fantastic. Imagine they just came to our class once a year, but when you come every single day, I can't even repeat a joke.
Yeah.
Because if I repeat a joke, you heard that yesterday, it seems stupid because it's not spontaneous.
Yeah.
Right, Dylan?
Spontaneity.
Spontaneity is important, so I gotta come in with a different thing about talking about banana hammocks and...
Banana hammocks.
Yeah, that's the best. Banana hammock certified. That's what I'm making, guys.
I was like talking about what's on TV that night because that
also
changes.
good. Yeah. I don't have the cable, but I look at Yahoo.
I love making jokes on Yankees fans because I'm not a Yankee fan.
Oh, really?
So when they lose, I'm like, take it on the bag.
Oh, I think you're gonna lose a lot of people on that one. Jesus,
No.
they take that to
I'm a
heart.
lonely Mets fan.
Yeah, I was raised a Mets fan
Yeah.
and a Jets fan.
I would love to talk about soccer more in classes, but no one knows anything about soccer, so I can't talk to anybody. It's like 3 people, like me, an Italian kid, and like a French guy. That's about it.
Yeah, that's no, we don't. I don't know anything about soccer. So I'm trying to think of some soccer jokes.
I just love soccer. Yeah.
I just usually hit them. I talk about parking tickets. They love that stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's so funny though. In Bay Ridge, like the mic, you could hear it outside. And so like when the meter maids outside giving tickets, I was like, we see you.
That's amazing.
I'll tell our members. I'm like, oh, the soulless meter maids are outside giving tickets.
I've never seen somebody. You got to be super hateful to get that job. They're like working. They get up like farmers in this town. They're like at 4 in the morning drinking coffee, getting out there. I've never seen.
You know what though? Like they're like the was it juxtaposition when they say like two sides? Like here we are, like literally like 20 feet away from each other. Like sea killer, we're doing what we love. They're doing what. There's no way you could love that job. I don't care who you are. No one kid ever says I want to be a meter maid when I grow up.
Spiteful
It's
person.
terrible,
Maybe you're like took a survey and you were the most spiteful person ever. You're like, let me just.
So like here you have us doing what we love, and then just like
doing what they love.
That's been fantastic, guys. You can follow Matt. I don't know if he's gonna pay attention to you on.
Well, my Twitter is Mattack, MATTACQ. I'm not really that popular. Instagram, same thing, MATTACQ, Mattack. Facebook, Matthew David, because I don't like to put everything out there.
It's good. If you don't put that much stuff out, which is smart, then Twitter feeds don't get clogged up, so they'll follow you. If you keep putting stuff out there, then they have to eliminate you.
Instagram more so.
Instagram, I like Instagram.
Because it's visual, it's quick. You know, if I put up something funny, you'll laugh.
So if you're a member, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. I always like to put up awesome pictures of CKO classes too. Like, you know, when there's a packed class, like, you know, if you're in Hoboken having a packed class, we're doing the same thing, you know?
Trust me,
CKO.
I always like them.
Yeah.
And they can go to the gym, so how can they get information?
Oh, so we got 2 gyms right now, CKO Kickboxing in Bay Ridge, 9106 4th Avenue, and then CKO Williamsburg, Brooklyn, 60 Broadway. I don't know the phone numbers offhand, so I know Bay Ridge, 347-497-4272, and then Williamsburg, I'm not really sure about, I always forget it.
They'll just email.
But yeah, just go on the website, CKO Kickboxing, Bay Ridge, Williamsburg, Brooklyn. My partner Ben, next time he'll come here.
Yeah, and he's probably body slamming.
Yeah,
Triple H right
suplexing a kid right now. Do
He's
a
like,
table.
don't do this, kids.
This is DDT.
I know it looks great, but don't do it. What about just that they can? Do you have any offers for? Can they come in free? If
I just come in. First class is free, man. And I always try to tell people, listen, if you're really not 100% sold on the first free class, try it again. Yeah. Come take 2. If you really, really want a free week, but at the end of the day, if you have a goal, the only way you're ever going to meet is with CKO. You're not going to get it really anywhere else. You know, you're not going to have a more fun, collective, quick, convenient workout than what we do. So,
And the price is fantastic, and you're gonna love it. For the amount of classes you're gonna get, you out of your mind. You're a silly person for not even.
Yeah.
signing
7
up
days a
already.
week.
It's crazy.
Not gonna beat it.
You're not gonna beat that. So, Matt.
Again, another pound.
Hold
I'll
on.
see you like that. That's what we do. Run Brooklyn. Go like this. There you go. Good. There you go. All right. Okay.
Good.
Thanks.
All right, guys.
Got it.
Got it.
How was that? Good.
I thought it was fantastic.
Great.
Was it good?
That was a good podcast.
Yeah.